Big transfer twist at Manchester United. Marcus Rashford in a shock £40 million swap deal. Tottenham's £60 million hijack adds fuel to the fire. Transfer window closes today. Here's why. Let's break it all down. Stay tuned. Manchester United advised to sign £40 million Arsenal target in Marcus Rashford swap deal. Manchester United should try to agree a stunning swap deal with Aston Villa involving Marcus Rashford, according to Old Trafford hero Wes Brown. Rashford spent the second half of last season on loan at Villa Park and has been linked with a permanent move to the Midlands club. Ruben Amorim sanctioned Rashford's departure from Manchester United and is unlikely to offer the England international an olive branch this summer. Rashford is reportedly dreaming of a move to Barcelona after coming close to joining the La Liga giants during the January transfer window. But the 27-year-old is not against returning to Aston Villa, where he largely impressed and enjoyed playing under Unai Emery. Villa have been told Rashford will cost £40 million this summer, and the club are currently weighing up a proposal after missing out on Champions League football on the final day of the season. With Aston Villa likely to renew talks with Manchester United, Brown has advised his former club to inquire into the possibility of signing Ollie Watkins as part of the deal. Amorim is determined to sign a new number 9 this summer, and Watkins, who has scored 87 goals in 223 appearances for Villa, could be a cheaper option than Victor Gyökeres or Benjamin Sesko. Watkins was heavily linked with a move away from Villa Park in January after Arsenal made a surprise £40 million bid, but the 29-year-old ended up staying put. United were keen to sign Liam Delap before he joined Chelsea for £30 million, but Brown believes Watkins would be an even better option than the former Ipswich Town forward. Manchester United need a striker who has goals, and although Liam Delap might not get you 20 just yet, he is a great player and has all the attributes to be a success, Brown told BoyleSports. Personally, having Rasmus Højlund up front on his own looked very difficult for him. He got a lot of stick and looked to have no backup whatsoever. He cannot be left in that position again because it's not fair on him. Cheeto Obi came in, who is another young player, but United have to get a striker this summer. Delap would have been a good player for United, but I'd go for experience. Manchester United need a striker, and Ollie Watkins has shown us that he can do that in the Premier League. Would Aston Villa swap Watkins for Marcus Rashford? I'm not sure, because they still trust Watkins and would need to find a big replacement. They would want a striker who can get 20 goals, and those are hard to come by. Look at United and how Rasmus Højlund has struggled, but a striker like Watkins would be perfect for United. Brown wants Rashford's future resolved sooner rather than later. Rashford has made more than 400 appearances. Manchester United are proving Gary Neville right after 4 key appointments. Man United are determined to make a solid fist of this summer's transfer window, and the initial signs have been overwhelmingly positive. Despite only having one signing to show for their efforts so far, Manchester United cannot be knocked for the ambition they have shown at the start of the summer. After wrapping up the signing of Matheus Cunha on the opening day of the window, United, just over 24 hours later, learnt of Bryan Mbeumo's interest in a move to Old Trafford. United made an opening offer for the Cameroonian last week, understood to be worth £55 million, but it was knocked back. The Reds are expected to lodge a new and improved offer after maintaining talks with the Londoners. If United are successful in their efforts, one of the Premier League's worst attacks will suddenly look like one of the strongest. Between them, Cunha and Mbeumo scored 35 Premier League goals in 2024/25. Considering United experienced such a dreadful campaign on the pitch, and it was not without its fair share of talking points and changes off it, the way in which they have started the off-season has been impressive. Of course, a lot more work still needs to be done, both in terms of incomings and outgoings, but they have laid some solid foundations. After Ineos secured a minority stake at the beginning of 2024, they have tried to gradually change the football structure at Old Trafford. It has not been without its teething problems and errors of judgment, but the way in which United have attacked at the start of this summer's window makes it feel as though everyone knows their roles and responsibilities. Omar Barada has brought a wealth of football knowledge and experience to the position of chief executive, and Jason Wilcox has now been promoted to the role of director of football after Dan Ashworth's exit as sporting director last December. Wilcox, formerly of Manchester City, has taken on most of Ashworth's responsibilities since his exit. He is now reporting to Barada. Add Christopher Vivell, the director of recruitment, into the mix, and United have a strong football leadership group. Head coach Ruben Amorim is also a key figure. United, prior to Ineo's arrival, did not have a modern football structure in place, meaning immense pressure was put on the manager. For all of Ineo's criticisms, they have improved United's off-field sporting structure. Such improvements will have no doubt put a smile on the face of former United captain Gary Neville, who, in 2023, highlighted the importance of Sir Jim Ratcliffe needing to put an off-field structure in place before prioritizing recruiting playing staff. Neville said, "There isn't a CEO, there isn't a sporting director, and there isn't a capable head of recruitment. They are the top three jobs in a football club outside of a manager. They are the top three jobs in a football club, and then you have got a manager making the fourth." The blockbuster £60 million Tottenham transfer hijack that could spark outrage at Man United. Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United both need to bring in some new players this summer. Tottenham Hotspur are in the hunt for a new manager after their recent decision to sack Ange Postecoglou. The North London outfit will be weighing up their options as they search for the right candidate. They finished down in 17th place in the Premier League table this past season. Nevertheless, Spurs were able to get their hands on the Europa League trophy after beating Manchester United in the final in Bilbao. They will be able to bring in some signings this summer and could do with adding more quality to their squad. In addition, they will have the chance to let some players head out the exit door as well. Tottenham Hotspur eye Manchester United hijack for Brentford star Bryan Mbeumo. Thomas Frank has emerged as an early front-runner for the Spurs vacancy, and according to the Mirror, he would be keen on luring Bryan Mbeumo to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as well if he got the job. The £60 million rated attacker is also on the radar of rivals United. The Bees will face a major battle to keep hold of him over the next couple of months. Mbeumo, 25, has been on the books of his current club since joining them back in 2019. Prior to his move to England, he caught the eye with Troyes in France. The Cameroon international, who has made 22 caps for his country, helped Frank's men win promotion from the championship in his second year. He has made 242 appearances in all competitions for Brentford to date and has scored 70 goals, an impressive 20 of which came in the last campaign. His contract at the Brentford Community Stadium expires in June 2026. That means the Bees risk losing him for free next year unless they sell him now or in January, assuming he doesn't put pen to paper on an extension in the meantime. Frank has done an eye-catching job, and losing him would be a massive blow. He may now be ready for the next step of his managerial career though, and he would be a sensible appointment for Spurs if they got him. The Danish boss would need time though to stamp his mark, something that the hierarchy of the London outfit don't usually give. Mbeumo is a proven goal scorer in the top flight and has been playing the best football of his career so far over recent times. He would give Spurs more competition and depth going forward if they got him. In addition, he could offer them something different in attack. The France-born man likes to cut in on his left foot from the right and needs to leave Brentford now to test himself at a higher level. Spurs are in the Champions League next term after winning the Europa League, and that should give them the edge ahead of United in this particular pursuit. If Frank joined as well, most signs would point towards him going there. Ruben Amorim will start to feel the pressure if results don't start to come more frequently. Why summer transfer window closes today at unusual time and when it reopens? Premier League clubs are facing a slightly different summer this year, with 2 transfer windows having been announced by FIFA with the first deadline on the horizon. Premier League clubs have 2 transfer windows to get major deals over the line this summer. FIFA have confirmed that the transfer window will be split in 2 for the first time ever. The first window opened on June 1st and will shut on Tuesday, June 10th. That decision has given clubs the opportunity to get a number of deals done. Liverpool and Manchester United have acted by signing Jeremy Frimpong and Matheus Cunha respectively. Unsurprisingly, Chelsea have also been busy, having made 6 new signings already. And the business might not stop there. Manchester City have 3 deals in the pipeline, while Liverpool continue to chase the lucrative signing of Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen. But why has the window been changed? Mirror Football has all of the details you need to know. When does the transfer window shut? The first window shuts on Tuesday, June 10th at 7 p.m. British Summer Time. That is to allow all relevant federations to be on the same page. The window will reopen on June 16th and will run all the way until September 1st, also shutting at 7 p.m. as opposed to the traditional 11 p.m. time. Why has it been done? Basically, it is to allow all of the clubs playing at this summer's Club World Cup to sign some new players ahead of the tournament. It gets underway this weekend. A statement from FIFA confirming the decision read, "In line with the regulations for the FIFA Club World Cup 2025 and the relevant amendments to the regulations on the status and transfer of players, all 20 member associations whose clubs will participate in FIFA's groundbreaking competition have confirmed the opening of an exceptional registration window from 1 to June 10 for all their affiliated clubs to allow new players signed to compete in the tournament. The deadline for the final player list has been set as June 10, 2025, allowing each participating club to bring any new players signed in this special window to the United States. The member associations concerned are located in Argentina, Austria, Brazil, Egypt, England, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, Korea Republic, Mexico, Morocco, New Zealand, Portugal, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Spain, Tunisia, the United Arab Emirates, and the United States. The regulations for the FIFA Club World Cup 2025, which were approved by the FIFA Council in October 2024, seek to address technicalities and equalize differences in registration periods and domestic season timings between participating clubs to the greatest extent possible, while affording flexibility to the member associations in question. Participating clubs will also be able to replace and add players during a restricted in-competition period from June 27 to July 3, 2025 within a set limit and according to specific limitations,